Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to another episode of Mustaeina Business. My name, as usual, is Fuad Abdulganiy, and I'll be taking you along this segment as well. In the previous segment, we had taken care of the topic, what is Islamic financing. Today, we'll be diving a little bit further in order for you, the viewers, to get the maximum knowledge when it comes to Islamic finance as possible. So today as well, I have on board my guest, Mr. Babatunde Abdulganiy. He's he's an Islamic finance expert, and he'll be helping us in taking care of the business today. So carry along. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. You can say Islamic finance professional. I prefer that to expert.
All right. So he's a professional, right?
Better.
Okay. Now, so today we'll be asking, what are the types of Islamic finance? You need to know. So.
Okay, so if you say types of Islamic finance, I want to think that you're trying to talk about the kind of structures or options we have in Islamic finance, because Islamic finance is one, there is no type, but there are different structures in Islamic finance, and because the structures are quite many, we have ijara, we have murabaha, we have mudaraba, we have musharaka, we have salam, we have tawaruk, we have istisna. There are quite a lot. But for the purpose of this, let's start with ijara. And when you say ijara is just the Arabic name for lease. And the funny thing is that quite a number of our fathers are actually doing ijara. So look at a man that builds a house, has 4 different flats, and you have 4 different tenants. Now, each of these tenants pay 1 million naira. By the end of the year, daddy gets 4 million naira. So what happens there is that the asset, in this case, is the house he has built. Now, he's renting out the house to people that need the shelter, and they pay for the rental. Simply put, that is ijara, where you rent out your assets and people pay for the usage. Now, there are about 2 types of ijara. There is one that from the beginning you have the understanding that at the end there will be a transfer of assets. So for example, you want to use a car and I have a car, so I lease or I rent the car to you. You use the car every day and you pay me for rental. Now at the end, let's say in the beginning we agreed that you're going to do this for 1 year. So at the end of 1 year, you want the car. So I can either gift it to you or I sell it to you at a nominal fee. So that's one type of ijara. That is ijara to own. That is, at the end of the transaction, you own it. And there's the other one that is just ijara, for lack of another word, not to own. It's just like operating ijara. So what you just want is you just want to use the car. Once you finish using the car, you return it to me. Now in that second case, the asset is still my own, the car is still my own. So every major responsibility on the car still falls back to me, because you are just renting and using the car. However, in the ijara to own as well, until you finish repaying, the car is still mine, and major responsibility on the car that is not from your negligence. That's not from your, you won't say that because major responsibility is on me, so you just use the car anyhow. Anything happens, you bring it to me. No. So far it is not from your negligence, I would do it. But things like servicing, you need to service it, maybe one of the tires have issues, you won't bring all that to me, you sort it. It's part of the day-to-day maintenance of the car. So basically ijara is ijara to own and maybe operating ijara.
So in the case of the first example you used, where someone owns a property and people rent and keep paying rent, will it matter if the way we have it here in Nigeria, you have to pay like upfront, you're paying for the years you've not used or the period you've not used? Is that can that kind of arrangement also apply?
Well, I didn't mention earlier that there's a third type of ijara called ijara for services. Now that is a service. So for example, I am a maths teacher, I have the knowledge of maths, and I come to teach your children maths. and you pay me. What are you paying me for? You're paying me for the knowledge or the service I'm rendering. So that's another type of ijara. So I'm bringing part of my knowledge, I'm transferring it, and I'm getting paid for it.